What? On the road? Listening to some copyright-free chill-hop music? You know what that means, boys and girls. Sky Lounge Podcast is back. Episode number 308, boys and girls. Peruse whilst untitled rant. Sportsball, Sisolak, and Stimulus. Now, for those of you wondering, no, I'm not going about this with my regular untitled rants where I usually have some sort of fucking smoke apparatus, right? Bong, blunt, pipe, whatever have you. But I'm on the goddamn road. We're not doing any of that shit. Focusing up, driving down, and hoping people on Christmas Eve drive like fucking maniacs. You know my faith and my trust in humanity, very low. Very low. Because humanity's full of stupid people, man. That's just kind of the natural part of it, unfortunately. But what bums me out about stupid people, okay? And I'm stupid. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm a fucking idiot. But the problem with normie stupid people, stupid normies, is that you don't ask questions. You don't ask questions. You never ask why. You just say, okay, all right, yeah, good. Trump bad. Yeah. Hey, motherfucker. If you're going to tell me, because they did the same thing. No, man. Some in that cult, sure. But those of us who actually think with our own fucking heads, we just question shit all the time. This whole stimulus thing, man, oh my God, what a fucking joke. $600 from Congress to you fucking peasants. Fuck off. That was the initial 6,000-page bill that Congress came up with. And a lot of the provisions inside it, which include about, what, 2-point-something trillion dollars? When you broke that shit down, how many fucking foreign aids is the American government giving out? Way too much. Way too much. Why do you give a shit about women's issues and studies in, like, Pakistan and shit? Who cares? Who cares? Fuck all them other countries. Sorry. You want to suckle this fucking resource goddamn dry? I mean, we've seen it from Congress. And it's fucking pathetic. It was just mind-boggling when they came out with the shit. The 6,000-page nonsense. And Trump, of course, immediately denied it, right? Not officially vetoed it, per se. But he was adamantly against it, right? But why didn't you mention Israel, Trump? Why didn't you fucking mention Israel, bro? What's going on, man? The Rothschilds get to you? Did they? I'm scared, dude. Because, yeah, Trump is saying $2,000 stimulus would definitely help. Benefits the Americans. Sure, certainly does. Certainly does. But couldn't we find a median and just open the fucking economy already? Open the fucking country. Stop with this lockdown shit. Guess what, motherfucker? Guess what? Lockdowns don't help. Lockdowns don't help. Simple shit. Lockdowns don't help. Number-wise, there hasn't been a significant drop. Although the death rate has been just depreciating in areas that haven't been locked down either. So that goes your whole fucking theory right there. And it's just this tired fucking talk from people who claim they love science and are science, brain people. You don't actually follow science. Because actual scientists, if they saw evidence to the contrary, they try to figure that shit out. Not ignore it and then wait for a data that fucking falls in line with your narrative. Stupid shit. This is where fucking piece of shit like Steve Sisolak pisses me off. This stupid ass motherfucker. This governor of Nevada in Steve Sisolak is such a brain dead illiterate retard that he uses fucking false ambiguous parameters from SNHD, Southern Nevada Health District, which is a fucking nonsensical thing already. But this motherfucker, based on all these averages that are used in parameters of per 1 million in a fucking area or whatever shit, to blatantly paint a picture of fear, and in order to further his communist fucking draconian rules, this motherfucker is gonna fluff all the goddamn data and intentionally misinterpret information, okay? Because the death count in Las Vegas, or in Nevada, I could be really mistaken on this, so I do have to double check again. Not even 2,000 deaths, or a little bit over 2,000 deaths. Is that a lot? Sure, it is. But relatively speaking to the entire population of this fucking state, chump change. Is that fucked up to say about human life? Sure is. It sure is. It's really fucked up. Yeah. But guess what? You don't shut down the economy for infinitesimal amount of people dying, you stupid fuck. I fucking hate Steve Sisolak so goddamn much. That fat motherfucker motivates me, the non-citizen, to fucking get up and say, bro, this motherfucker ran for governor. Can a non-citizen fucking run and dominate this bitch? What fucking dicks did you have to suck, Sisolak? Because I'm not sucking no goddamn dick, but I would beat the shit out of you on a fucking political stage, bitch. Because you suck. Most of you politicians, you know why I would beat the shit out of you? Because I'm the most honest motherfucker out there. I know my flaws. I will lay out my flaws. I will tell you my flaws. I will tell you my weaknesses. I will tell you I'm not perfect. I will tell you that this is a fucking muddle of bullshit. Most days. Most days. But guess what? My conviction's strong. If I tell you that there's only a couple things in life that I truly do believe in. No rape, no murder, no pedophilia, and no crimes. And live honestly and truthfully. If you do that shit, we're good. Isn't that a simple platform? Isn't that simple as fuck? And from there, we evolve. We add layers to the shit. How do we fix ourselves? AKA the United States. Make the country stronger. It's military. It's industries. It's manufacturing. Don't outsource it to China because it's cheaper, especially you fucking executive motherfuckers who are goddamn morons. Getting all that goddamn Chinese bribe money. You motherfuckers are part of the problem. You're such stingy fucks of seeing the bottom fucking line on the profit margin that you don't think, hey, for the benefit and better of this country, let's hire more dudes here. Let's fucking have work done here. And I'm sure, yeah, that when you get to the specific parts of it and specific industries and whatever have you, there's a lot of shit that you can, point out and why that logic doesn't really apply, right? But simultaneously, man, if you keep fucking stripping the United States of its potential, of its jobs, you're only fucking yourself. So stop that shit. Outsourcing is it's a fucking joke, first and foremost. You wanna develop a strong nation? Outsourcing doesn't mean shit. You gotta develop that fucking fire and will inside of your people. And how do you do that? Well, in a society of lost souls, you need people of conviction. You need people who are honest. And in that regard, and within that kind of train of thought, is where I would tell you that any fucking shit-ass politicians right now, I would beat the shit out of you. Just with raw emotion and with my honesty, I could. But I wouldn't win. Right? I'd beat the shit out of you, but I wouldn't win. Because I'd relate to more people. If you have Governor Sisolak talking on stage versus me talking on stage, who's gonna say more real shit? Who's gonna say more real shit? Me. Who's gonna say more honest shit? Me. Who has nothing to lose? Me. So I would beat the fuck out of him. And that is some Kanye level of ego, one would regard. But simultaneously, no. I do value my public speaking skills within that regard. And again, when you look at these scumbag politicians, they are surrounded and just glommed on by all their assistants, all their helpers. They are nothing without their goddamn secretaries that they diddle probably under their fucking desks. I don't need any of you motherfuckers. I pull my own goddamn weight. Crazy, right? And hell no, I'm not perfect in my life in that regard, in the fullest, no. And I will never hide that. Like, if I have something to improve upon, I will say it like that. I'm not good at that yet. Or I'm not good at it. I don't know if I want to get better. I don't know. But this shit has you thinking a lot, man. Especially the way you're living in Las Vegas right now, especially the way the city has really changed. And it's turned into this fucking ghost town in certain nights and some days, and it bums me out. Because as much of an antisocial fuck as I am, I want this city to thrive. I want this city to do well, and that starts with tourism. And putting limitations and staying capacity in any hotel right now is a very stupid idea, first and foremost. And 25% capacity for any casino is sentencing it to death, essentially. And yeah, when you sentence an industry that is the backbone of your state to death, what do you think happens? The state dies. And it gets overrun by California pieces of shit. And then we're double fucked. So within that space of time, if shit goes awry, man, Texas looks really nice. Nashville looks really nice. North Carolina looks really nice. I'm gonna go to those red states, man. Fuck Democrat run states. And yeah, I don't always agree with fucking Republican politicians because I don't agree with any goddamn sides in the bilateral party system. They're all both fucking bullshit. I've said this multiple times. But right now, the most fucking based shit that I'm hearing is always from the right, generally speaking. But all fucking times, man. These goddamn Democrat idiots. Driving me fucking wild. Kids' politics bores me. It does. After a while, it's the same shit over and over again. In that regard, video games are fucking great. So I actually just got off a few hours, about an hour and 40 minutes on the Twitch stream. And, you know, throughout the stream, I'm noticing that I wish I kind of had this free flow form on YouTube with less of a retarded time restriction that this thing's got at 37 minutes. And I'm pretty sure if I change the resolution on the front-facing camera to 1280 to 720 at 30 FPS, it should still be okay. But honestly, man, I'm a snob. I'm a 1080 snob. So it happens. But Twitch, it's fun, man. I like that long form of talk, and I think eventually what's going to end up happening with the podcast is if I want to do long form over 2 hours or so of just talking, you know, like any of these untitled rants where we just kind of go off and on, you know, it's going to be on there. And obviously, you know, if we get to 1,000 subscribers, of course, I mean, you get that fucking YouTube live shit, or YouTube broadcasting live shit. As it stands, I mean, you got to work with what you got right now, right? It's funny because, you know, speaking of followers, I mean, obviously all these young cats who get in on the social media shit and wants that fame, wants that clout, I mean, anytime you see a bot that's offering free followers, I mean, they buy into that shit. But during the stream, man, the first viewer and first comment was some fucking bot. And Jesus Christ, I went off for like 15 minutes. I had to. I don't want to read that shit. Stupid ass bot. They don't want to buy it. Like, motherfucker, I have to deal with this shit on just browsing through Instagram. What the fuck? I don't want to deal with this shit streaming Twitch. Fuck you. I curse this motherfucker out. And I don't know who the fuck it is, honestly. It's probably it's some bot. Nameless, just out there to log into shit and fucking rag and bother people. But no, I was berating the whole fucking idea of that shit for like fucking 15 minutes. Pissed me off. Like, fuck you and fuck buying followers and all that bullshit. Because why the fuck would you not try to grow something authentic and real? And, you know, with Twitch, and really any kind of public forum like this, like Twitch, like YouTube, like Twitter, any of this shit, Parler, Facebook, whatever you put up here, it's public. It's shit for life. And you know what? Every day I put something up, I fucking full well know that shit in the back of my head, and I fucking upload it anyways. And not a lot of people's gonna like it, and that's totally fine by me. Because I'm not here to cater to anybody. I'm not. It's the weird part. You're trying to create an empire, man. You're not there to please people. You're trying to find the fucking fine points and the right methods to get shit done, right? And, you know, Rome wasn't built in a day. Duh. Neither was the glory land of Deutschland in the early 30s. Yeah, we're going there. We're going there. We've been going there the last few days. And I gotta shout out this random DM that I got on Insta a couple of days back when that shit kind of coincided. Because, I mean, it always comes back to that thing of questioning everything, right? And I got sent this documentary about Germany. World War II Germany, to be specific. You know, based on a lot of the history that I've studied, and kind of coinciding with this and other kind of supplemental research that you do along with watching this documentary, you really start questioning a lot of things. And you have to. I think great documentaries really should invoke a lot of questions in your mind. It should really get the fucking noggins rolling and racing and have shit firing off on all cylinders. And really, when you think about it, I mean, I've known that FDR was withholding information about Pearl Harbor so he would let that shit happen. So money-hungry, war-hungry motherfucker FDR went to war and sacrificed all these lives because he's a fucking NWO globalist piece of shit. But yeah, it's one of those fucking funny things where all these weird fucking things I did as a kid in high school, a lot of those things were actually based in true. Yeah. So I'm kind of freaking myself out these days. Like, whoa, I did that shit in high school. It kind of makes sense. It still makes sense. I can't believe it. You know, I followed that back in the day, but now it makes sense after years of trying to brainwash myself. And I'll admit to that. I've eaten and born of Jesus Christ. Can't think of the word. But I laid bare the fruits of the leftist liberals. For years, I tried to brainwash myself. And for years, try to nullify the identity down, right? Because all these liberals, that's what they want. They want the cucking of man. They want nothing but just bland shit. I mean, that's what they eat for food, basically. Soy. Meatless meat. Oh, fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. When you're trying to turn man into this subservient slave, a blob, and, you know, I won't tell you that, you know, the full red pilling of my brain was really this year. It's always a daily process, right? You still try to wake yourself up to all the illusions and all nonsense every fucking day. But man, it's been a gradual process. This is a weird thing. This has been a gradual process because 2016, I believe I was at my all-time high of, you know, lefty liberal democrat following bullshit, but it's been gradually changing, right? And this year just kind of fully realized red pill shit. The George Floyd thing really woke me the fuck up to all this illusion, all this genjutsu. And I said, nah. I'm not gonna worship no fucking fentanyl smoking crackhead. A dead crackhead at that. And the NFL and all these other sports leagues trying to fucking deify these criminal scumbags. Go fuck yourselves, okay? Seriously, go fuck yourselves. Why in the fuck are you persisting with these false narratives, lies, and just blatant stupidity to just rile the masses? What is wrong with you? I love the NFL, man, but fuck the NFL. I mean, I can say that with all sports leagues, honestly, with all this fucking BLM bullshit. But the mute button, boys and girls, it's a magical button. It's a magical thing. You fucking press that shit, you don't have to hear any of those cocksuckers talking about their stupid ass political agendas. Their irrational, illogical, totally efficient, totally nonsensical fucking political agendas, especially from the fucking Hollywood celebrity elitists who sometimes pop on sports networks like, look, it's John Hamm. Who gives a shit? All right, the motherfucker was great in Mad Men. So the fuck what? Why do I need his opinion as a sports fan? I know how to be a fucking fan of sports. Why do I need his fucking shitty ass perspective? Why don't you grab the random ass fucking bike rider in St. Louis? How about that shit? How about you get a real human being to be into that shit? Instead of these fucking Hollywood pedo with scumbags. Like, get the fuck out of here, man. I don't need to see that shit. Or just show me the sport. Fuck, man. Is that too hard to fucking ask? Like, woke league of Chinese basketball, we've had 2 days of basketball so far. I gotta tell you, man, that mute button, it is a beautiful thing. But each and every fucking time, even if I have the mute button, I'm seeing all this woke shit on the court, in commercials. Holy fuck. It's fucking dumb. And I love basketball, man. I fucking love basketball. I love football. Yeah, I love baseball. I mean, at least baseball, they kind of peter that shit down a little bit. At least the last month or two of the season in 2020. And, oh my God, European soccer is a fucking joke with that shit anyways. I mean, they kneel twice before match starts, which is fucking dumb. But in that regard, I'm glad hockey didn't cuck out that much. I know Robin Lehner and Ryan Reeves kind of did that shit for the Golden Knights, but simultaneously the Vegas Golden Knights and NHL, they didn't do too much of that bullshit. So I was kind of happy. Although Evander Kane and his eliminated ass was bitching and moaning about that shit, but like, well, no one cares about you. And BLM is a fucking domestic terrorist group, so I don't know why the fuck you're supporting that shit anyways. But it was nice when the NHL was around, during the postseason, late in September, that they didn't fucking follow too much of that shit. Although, yeah, they were cucked into doing it. Yet, that's why you think hockey, there is that form of purity, right? And maybe it's also why the viewership isn't as high. Probably it. But I don't give a fuck. Honestly, as a hockey fan, I don't give a fuck. Less politics, the better. Just show me the sport. And my God, man, the NHL is just going to show us that sport January 13th, baby. January 13th, 2021. I can't wait. I can't fucking wait. My Vegas Golden Knights, they are going to be in a tough-ass West Division. That's that West Division. Let's read these teams. Anaheim, Arizona, Colorado, Los Angeles Kings, the Minnesota Wild, the San Jose Sharks, and the St. Louis Blues. So out of the 8 teams there in that West Division, 3 of them have been to the Stanley Cup Final in the last 5 years. And that's the Vegas Golden Knights, the San Jose Sharks, and the St. Louis Blues. So this West Division is going to be a fucking nightmare to deal with. And hopefully for the Vegas Golden Knights, they can trek through, get shit right, And really, because you have 4 divisions, North, Central, is it North, West, East, and I'm pretty sure it's South or Central, whatever they want to fucking call it. But you have 4 teams coming out of each division, right? And the North division is all Canadian teams, 7 Canadian teams, and the remaining just kind of divvied up, and it's really fucking random, but it's a 56-game season where the opponents have to face each other, I believe, 8 times in their division. And so that's going to determine how playoff seedings work and all that shit. And you know what? Kind of makeshift season, shortened season, I'll take it. I'll fucking take it. And you're going to see a lot of fucking preview shit for hockey stuff. I mean, obviously NHL Network, but I'm here. You're probably going to have a few talks from me. You talk about my Vegas Golden Knights, seeing any other moves the team's going to go through. Obviously, Robin Lehner isn't going to start the season because I believe he underwent surgery after the playoffs were done. So you're going to have Marc-Andre Fleury there. All these rumors are going to persist about the Vegas Golden Knights with personnel dissatisfaction, how the turnovers were this offseason, and obviously Alex Pietrangelo is the main story. You would think that he would just boost the Vegas Golden Knights up to, amazing levels here, but I'm gonna be real honest. I get a feeling that with this 56-game season, I think the Vegas Golden Knights are going to struggle a little bit early on and still somehow make it into the playoffs, but I honestly do not think they're coming in first in this division. I would tell you the Vegas Golden Knights probably get second or third, and from that point on, I mean, you're just hoping in the playoffs that we have a deep enough roster that we can, go for the cup. But all I know is hockey's back, and that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is already a happy time for me. Jesus Christ. But idiot fucking drivers aside, this long trek is my way from getting from my side of town, the west side of town in Las Vegas, the north side of town here in Las Vegas. It takes a while. It actually takes quite a bit. This is a nice, peaceful drive. I mean, you have the right music, I think the right weather. It's a perfect drive. I mean, right now in Las Vegas, we're in the middle of winter, right? December 24th. And yeah, of course, so you got a bit of that kind of dreariness, but it's that feeling of winter, it's that feeling of kind of homeliness in the air. And you know what? It's so strange because over the last few years, and especially during college, it's the start of college, I've always had this very negative emotion and connotation towards religion, and I think rightfully so within my early stages of development within my time in college. And now, I'm not a man that follows any religion, that follows any sects of religion, any kind of, subcategories and shit. I kind of see myself as a free agent, or just kind of a wanderer, just looking around, seeing what's going on. And I think in that aspect, my stance on religion kind of has changed significantly, if you want to call it that. People can worship whatever the fuck they want. I don't really give a shit, but don't force that shit on me. That's it. And I believe in experiencing and try to collect knowledge, and from there I just try to figure out the world and the universe. And it might be the most inefficient effort by any means from the outside perspective, but I like solving shit out, man. I don't know. It's always kind of been my weird thing. I guess my modus operandi of living life. Kind of how I play video games too. Kind of how I do problem solving shit. But this is me, baby. I gotta think, man. What would have happened if I never red pilled myself this season? thinking of sportsball fucking terms, man. Fucking free agent season, contract, bah. But yeah, I really wonder to myself, if you didn't red pill yourself this year, man, 2020 would have been a really useless year for you. I really do think that to myself, and I'm kind of grateful to myself in that way to red pill, right? And not everyone wants to red pill themselves, man. It's not fun, right? If fun is how you define as, living that comfortable illusion of control, of trust, and all this bullshit that you shouldn't trust, like, man, where would I have been? Where would I have been? But now we are wearing the proverbial tinfoil hat, espousing all types of shit to people. But my ultimate message is always, listen, you can only control what you can control. I don't think anyone should censor themselves. Freedom of speech is pivotal and key and vital in a free and functioning society. And yeah, no rape, no murder, no pedophilia, no crimes. I feel like I'm pretty consistent in that shit. But yeah, man. Sometimes if you want to just approach life, right, when it's just raining down on you with shit and all this bull fucking crap, just jizzing all over you, simplify shit down. It helps. It helps tremendously. I'll give you a quick story. We'll end the episode here today. And, I always go back to when my dad died, 2 years ago. And it's funny because it is a huge loss in my life, my father dying. But simultaneously, I always say, I think that's kind of the greatest gift he can ever have given me. As somebody who's kind of just a stubborn idiot who figures shit out for himself, who tries to figure shit out for himself. My dad passing away early, before I turned 30, and me having to kind of just figure shit out, day to day, or what being a man or any of that shit means. I think that was his ultimate gift to me. And you wouldn't know it. You wouldn't fucking know it immediately, man. But it's just trying to get through day to day. It's just trying to understand that you can really only control what you can control. And understanding yourself, understanding history, understanding, a lot of weird shit that people might not care about, but actually what you actually care about. That's how you grow, man. That's how you fucking get better. And I am not at all a perfect person. I never want to claim that. I never want to go out with saying that shit because it's untrue. But I want to get better every day. And how does that start? Honesty, man. And again, understanding that you can only control what you can control. Which in life, whether, you're super broke or super rich, if you're a human being, you have so much you can control in life, man. It's actually amazing. And if you live in the United States, what more can I say, baby, than the freest country in the world? It's fucking amazing, guys. It's fucking amazing. But hey, with my little untitled rant and my tidbits here, I'm going to leave you there with episode number 308, boys and girls. I know it's been a long time since I've uploaded an episode. And, 2021 is coming up. Got a couple of episodes I know I have to get out the way. And I say that and in the connotation and the implication being like, oh, it's tiresome. But no, man, I'm just trying to figure shit out. What's working, what's not working, scheduling, and just essentially writing, which is becoming my greatest weapon and also my Achilles heel. So I got to figure that shit out. But within that time, boys and girls, between now and January 1st, you're going to see me plenty of times and hear me plenty of times. So be on the lookout. So boys and girls, that'll do it for me. And ultimately, Merry Christmas, kids. Happy holidays. Whatever you celebrate, kudos to you. And yeah, go ahead, boys and girls, if you can, follow me at the Sky Lounge on all the shit. And yeah, I don't know how to fucking do the outro, so fuck off.